You kooky kids, take a look at this. Some pretty amazing video coming to us from Kansas this morning. Take a look at that.
This is an incredible perspective on this. You've got some great height to look down. You can really see the debris inside this tornado. This was just outside of Kansas City yesterday. The debris in the air from one structure that was damaged.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to talk to the storm chaser. That's right, the guy who actually captured these images. His name is Brandon Ivey. He joins us by the phone. He's in Wichita right now. Let's make sure. Brandon, you with us?
Yeah.
Oh, good deal. Brandon, walk us through what happened yesterday when you got these great images. Can you just tell our viewers what happened throughout your day?
Well, I started the day in Kansas City, and I knew early as Tuesday, Wednesday that the weather models were looking favorable for severe weather, and it looked more northwest Missouri. Well, with morning storms, kind of that volatile atmosphere shifted southward, and I didn't really expect a high probability of tornadoes yesterday, but I knew if storms went up where they were isolated and they could stay out ahead of the cold front, that there may be a limited window of opportunity to where they could produce tornadoes. So I left Kansas City shortly after 3, set up out ahead of the storms, and this tornado just developed off to my west, kind of tracked east-northeastward just north of me, and I was able to drive up just south of it and have a close encounter with the tornado crossing the road near Hillsdale.
Right.
Near Hillsdale, Kansas.
We saw that footage, but you know, we're looking at some footage right now where you really get a clear sense of that debris. It looks like you're pretty high up. You have a pretty high up shot. Was this where you were, or were you using a drone to shoot this footage?
No, I wasn't using the drone. I was kind of up on a hill. There's a lot of trees in that part of Kansas, and that obviously obscures your view of the tornado and the debris cloud at the ground level. So it's kind of up on a hill looking down. There's a lake and a reservoir in that area, so it's heavily treed. So that's why there was so much debris being lofted in that tornado as well. It was snapping off branches and ripping off parts of the trees. It also did, unfortunately, hit a few structures in that area, so there was also some debris from homes and outbuildings that were being lofted in that tornado as well.
You know, Brandon, I'm sure a lot of our viewers hear the title Storm Chaser, and I'm sure many of them have the idea that every single time you go out, you always strike gold, you always see twisters. You do put a lot of hours in there, a lot of work, and there are days where you don't see this kind of footage, aren't there?
Yeah, these days are pretty rare. This is actually the best tornado I've seen out of the whole year of 2015, and this is probably around my close to 40th tornado. I'm not good at keeping exact figures, but I definitely don't want to endorse getting that close to tornadoes. I've chased since I was 16 years old. I have a degree in meteorology. I chased in the tornado intercept vehicle for 5 years, where my job was to navigate the vehicle and get close to and inside some of the weaker tornadoes even. And definitely don't want to endorse that type of behavior to, newer chasers, but I definitely, have the experience and the knowledge to get close and kind of take that, that kind of, that risk, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Perfectly understandable.
Brandon, we really appreciate you kind of giving that disclaimer, because that's something we really stress here on the Weather Channel. We want to see your footage if you can get it safely. It's all about the safety, and we do get a lot of folks who try and go out and storm chase, unfortunately, that don't have any experience. We never, ever recommend that.
Yeah, very good advice.